Good morning, everyone. Good morning, our honorable guests and also leaders of our communities, event sponsors, and friends of ACCC and friends of our Chinese community. Good morning and Happy New Year 2020. My name is Monica Moores. My greatest pleasure to be here today to welcome you all to ASB Showground to our Chinese New Year Market Day celebration. Like celebrating Christmas and New Year's in the Western world, in our Chinese community, Chinese New Year is the occasion for all of us to celebrate together, gather together to celebrate our beloved family and celebrate love and celebrate our prosperity. So today, we are here to celebrate who we are, and we're all Chinese living in New Zealand. So thank you all for being here. Without further ado, I'd like to first welcome the Chair of Chinese Community, our ACCC Chair, Auckland Chinese Community Centre, Kai Lui, to come up and share a few words of formal welcome. Please join me, welcome Kai Lui.
Thanks very much, Monica. Daiga Ho, kia ora, good morning. The Right Honourable Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand, Her Excellency Ambassador Wu Yi, who's Ambassador for the People's Republic of China in New Zealand. We're very privileged to have, for the first time, the Ambassador at our celebration. And then we've got the Honourable Simon Bridges, Leader of the Opposition, Honourable Phil Goff, Mayor of Auckland, other members of Parliament and local bodies, Chinese community leaders, representatives of our valued sponsors, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege as Chairman of Auckland Chinese Community Centre to welcome you all to our 2020 Chinese Year Festival and Market Day to welcome the Year of the Rat. Auckland Chinese Community Centre was incorporated in 1960 and had its initial premises in the State Theatre on Simon Street. Then in 1976, we built our current facility in Mangere Bridge, and in 2016, we extended that so it can fully cater for the sporting, social and cultural needs of our members and other members of the local community, both mainstream and Chinese. The People's Republic of China was established on 1st October 1949, and I was very privileged on the 1st October last year to be one of two New Zealand Chinese to be invited to attend the celebration, and it was a significant landmark event. It was a huge parade, which I think many of you saw on Chinese TV. China has amazed the whole world with the speed of its progress as an industrialised nation. China has now become the dominant global economic powerhouse in the 21st century and is also a leader in new fields of technology. We should all be very proud of the achievements of our home country. The relationship between China and New Zealand is growing stronger every year, whereby China is now New Zealand's major trading partner. In fact, New Zealand is the largest supplier of food products to China, ahead of all the rest of the countries in the world. It's the largest growing source of tourists, although there was a dip in this last year or so, and the largest source of international students. These are all critical factors for the healthy economic well-being for New Zealand. ACCC has been holding this annual event for over 30 years, and this is the 19th time that this festival has been held at the ASB Showground, and this is the 14th one for which I personally have been the event organiser. The ongoing success of the annual Chinese Year celebration is due to the dedicated efforts of our committee and volunteers, members and friends, plus huge support from our co-hosts TV37 and our many valued sponsors, with a special note of thanks to Multimedia, who have provided the stage, lighting and sound facilities free of charge for our annual Chinese Year event since 2008. Finally, a huge thank to all the stallholders entertainers and attendees at our event. You are the ones that create the sights, sounds and smells and pageantry of a traditional and authentic Chinese New Year celebration and make an exciting and fun-filled day for young and old. A happy Chinese New Year. Gong He Fat Choi. Sung Ling Fai Lok. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mgasai, Kailoi, and also like to acknowledge also our ACCC and their committee members and also everyone who's been volunteering today. So, and also good luck to the store holders. Hopefully you make a big sale today. And now allow me the pleasure to welcome a very lovely lady and our Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, to come up and then address our crowd. So please put your hands together, everyone. Welcome, Jessica. Welcome.
Daja hao, and kia ora koutou katoa. As it was last year, it is a real pleasure to be here today to celebrate the Lunar New Year and welcome in the Year of the Rat. I'd like to thank Mr. Kailoi in particular for the incredible role that he plays within the Chinese community and the Chinese Community Centre, and Stella also the making today's celebrations possible. I also want to acknowledge Her Excellency Ambassador Wu of the People's Republic of China. Also the Minister for Ethnic Communities, Jenny Salisa. We have the Race Relations Commissioner here. Ming, always fantastic to see you. His Worship the Mayor, Mr. Phil Goff, members of Parliament, of which I see many in particular, Michael Wood, Priyanka Radhakrishna, Raymond Two, Deborah Russell, and past Labour candidate Nazi Chen. Those are at least our Labour members, but I also acknowledge members of the opposition here as well. Leader of the opposition, the Honourable Simon Bridges, it's good to see you. We don't see each other as much over the summer period, so hello and Happy New Year to you. Members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Lunar New Year is celebrated around the world, but it's also incredibly important to us that it's celebrated here in New Zealand. And I think it's a development that in our lifetimes we see increasingly more and more members of our New Zealand community coming together to celebrate what is an incredibly important part of the Chinese calendar. It is an example of multiculturalism in action as we see those different communities come together. Now, I'd like to think that we are, at our heart, an inclusive nation. We value the contributions that are made by everyone to our modern, to our vibrant, and our diverse nation, but particularly, of course, on this day, the contribution of our Chinese community. And that is also a part of our history. New Zealand's Chinese communities are one of our oldest and largest community groups. The first Chinese migrants to New Zealand, they arrived over 150 years ago, and obviously many since then. And since that day, have been making such an enormous contribution to life in New Zealand for generations, be it in business, be it in trade, be it in education, sport and culture. So today is a day for us to celebrate together, but also to acknowledge that. What we've achieved as a people, though, we need to keep achieving as nations. And I'm really optimistic about this year and our relationship between New Zealand and China going from strength to strength. Our relationship with China, it's important and it's far-reaching. And since we last met at the last Lunar New Year celebrations, I've had a number of chances to meet with the leadership of China. In April last year, I made an official visit to Beijing and met with both President Xi Jinping and also Premier Li Keqiang and opened our brand new and enhanced embassy in Beijing. It's actually the largest that we have in the world. I then met again with Premier Li whilst at the East Asia Summit in November. And those discussions with China's leaders, they highlight that each of us, each nation is valued to one another. As an example, if I can, New Zealand and China can both be proud of our free trade agreement, as can His Worship the Mayor, Phil Goff, who played a key role in that agreement, which was signed in 2008. He was Trade Minister for a number of years, and I know it's something he's very proud of. And it's provided a platform for our economic relationship ever since. Late last year, New Zealand and Chinese officials finalised an upgrade to this agreement, and it ensures that it remains the best agreement that China has with any country in the world, something that is very important to both of us, I know. Ultimately, a good understanding of one another, it's vital, given that our two nations are different in many ways, historically, culturally, even our political systems. But reflecting our independent foreign policy at times, we have different perspectives on issues that are important to both nations. But despite these differences, we have an incredibly positive relationship with China, a maturing one that acknowledges differences, places continued focus on areas of agreement, and is broadening into new areas of shared interest, be it agriculture, climate change, or the rules-based global trading system. But ultimately, I hope that you all enjoyed today's celebrations. I wish you all a very, very successful and prosperous Year of the Rat. 新年快乐，新年快乐，谢谢。
Thank you so much, Jacinda. Thank you for your wonderful wishes to our Chinese community. And now please allow me the pleasure to introduce Her Excellency Wu Xi, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to New Zealand. So please join me to welcome Wu Xi. Welcome.
Tina koto katoa, ngami hio tatoho, tato ota puaka. 农历新年马上就要到了，借此机会给大家拜个年，祝大家新年快乐，恭喜发财。Right Honourable Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand, Honourable Simon Bridges, Leader of Opposition, Honourable Phil Goff, Mayor of Auckland, Honourable Minister Jenny Salatha, Minister for Ethnic Communities, members of the Parliament, Mr. Kai Lui, Chairman of the Auckland Chinese Community Centre, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure and honor to join all of you today to kickstart the Chinese New Year celebration. The rat is the first sign in the 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac. It represents intelligence, diligence, and vitality. It also symbolizes the spirit of pioneering, which lies in the minds of both the Chinese and the New Zealand people. The pioneering spirit led the Maori people on their great journey across the Pacific, finding the land of Aotearoa. In recent history, it has guided the New Zealand people of many backgrounds in building this beautiful country. In the past 70 years, the Chinese people, led by the spirit of pioneering with hard work and self-reliance, have achieved miracles of rapid economic growth and long-term social stability, making China stronger, more confident, and more prosperous. China has gone through an extraordinary year last year. We moved forward under a complex international situation. In 2019, unilateralism and protectionism became more prominent and international geopolitical risks increased. Globalization and a rule-based international system encountered unprecedented challenges. The external risks of China's development has risen significantly. Despite of the complications both at home and abroad, China has maintained sustained and sound economic development as well as social development. The IMF and the World Bank recently predicted that in 2019, China's GDP will reach $14 trillion with an expected growth rate of 6.1%. The per capita GDP of China is expected to be over $10,000. As some of you might notice, China and the United States have reached Phase 1 trade agreement on the basis of mutual respect and equality. This agreement reflects the concerns of both China and the United States and is consistent with the general direction of China's reform and opening up. We hope that the United States will honor all its commitments in this agreement. Stopping the escalation of trade war will have a positive effect on stabilizing the global market. It is good for China, the United States, and the entire world. It will not harm the interests of China's other trading partners. China continues to welcome equal participation of companies from all over the world in the Chinese market. The spirit of pioneering is also the key to the success of China-New Zealand relations. Looking back over the last year, China-New Zealand relations have seen remarkable progress, as mentioned by the Prime Minister just now. Prime Minister Ardern successfully made her first official visit to China. The leaders of our two countries reached important consensus on deepening the comprehensive strategic partnership between China and New Zealand. We have concluded the negotiations to upgrade our FTA and maintained close communications on the Belt and Road Initiative. The Chinese-New Zealand Year of Tourism effectively promoted our people-to-people exchanges as well as tourism industries of both countries. We jointly promoted the overall conclusion of RCEP negotiations and continued to expand our cooperation to help Pacific Island countries to deal with the challenges of climate change. 2020 is a landmark year in the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. We will complete the 13th five-year plan and the building of a moderately prosperous society in all aspects. On the basis of achieving this first centenary goal, we will set our foot on our great journey of realizing the second centenary goal and comprehensively achieve socialist modernization. 2020 is also an important year for the development of China-New Zealand relations. We should deepen mutual political trust and promote high-level exchanges. We should further our economic cooperation under the Belt and Road and take full advantage of the upgrade of our FTA. We should support more people-to-people exchanges by facilitating more conversations about culture, technology, and education. We should jointly handle global and regional challenges such as unilateralism, protectionism, extremism, and climate change. We should better accommodate each other's core interests and major concerns and properly handle those issues which we have different views with mutual respect and equality. Just as the rat ranks first in the 12 Chinese zodiac, I am confident that with our joint efforts, China-New Zealand relations will have more firsts and remain at the forefront of China's relations with developed countries. So to conclude, I want to thank the local Chinese communities for their long-term contribution and support to this very important China-New Zealand relations. And I wish everybody a successful and a prosperous year of the Golden Rat.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Wu. And I'm sure, as she mentioned, the continued and the long-term relationship between China and New Zealand bilateral, whether it's exchange economy or friendship or culture, will continue to prosper in the new year, in the 2020. And now, please allow me to introduce another honourable guest for today as the Leader of Opposition, and Simon Bridges. Please welcome Simon to the stage and then address the audience today.
你好, and a happy Chinese New Year to all of you here today. It's fantastic to be with you. Can I acknowledge all of you for coming along and of course the dignitaries on the stage. Prime Minister, Happy New Year. It is the first time we see each other this year. I'm sure we'll have plenty more chances to chat over the course of 2020. Can I also acknowledge all of the members of Parliament and my members of Parliament who are here, risk of missing one, Zhang Yang, Melissa Lee, Kamwaljit Bakshi, I see Lawrence Yule, Dan Bidwa, Chris Pink, Mark Mitchell and Parmjit Parmar and Agnes Lohini who are. I got them all, that's good. Really good to see all of you here. Can I acknowledge Your Excellency, Ambassador Wu Xi, and the leadership that you show in the relations between our two very different but great countries nonetheless. I also acknowledge His Worship the Mayor and agree with what the Prime Minister said. His work on the FTA between our two countries was incredibly important. And last but not least amongst the dignitaries, Kai Lui, for your leadership and chairmanship of the ACCC. Of course, it is Chinese New Year and we're here to celebrate it. It is the year of the rat, as has been said. It's also election year. Not sure if there's any significance in that. But what is true is, just as in the year of the rat, the characteristics are of hard work and industriousness and diligence. So that is required this year, I'm sure, from all of us. It's an amazing thing. The last census showed that 27% of New Zealanders are born overseas. 5% of New Zealanders are of Chinese origin. Of course, that would be much higher here in Auckland. And I think all of those cultures, those ethnicities and those nationalities are like strands of a rope that make New Zealand better and stronger. And that diversity that others have spoken of is really important. That's why I think all of us are here to celebrate this event and what it means for Auckland and for New Zealand and its diversity and strength through that diversity. I just want to acknowledge the incredibly important relationship we have with China. And as I think Kai has said, it is our largest trading partner, from a few billion to some $30 billion today. And even for China, a significant one, as we've learned in the last week or so in the news media, New Zealand being the largest or the biggest supplier of food products as but one example of that relationship. Of course, it's about more than just trade. It's cultural, it's geopolitical, and we acknowledge that and the strength of that relationship. I was also in China last year with Zhang Yang and our Foreign Affairs spokesperson, Jerry Brownlee, and it is always remarkable to see the progress and a story that in just some of our lifetimes has meant hundreds and hundreds of millions of people out of prosperity and now are very developed cities with the best technology that is on offer around the world. Can I once again acknowledge this year, Year of the Rat, Chinese New Year's, and wish you a very happy and prosperous one. 谢谢.
Thank you so much, Simon, and thank you for your wishes to our community. And now allow me to introduce Honourable Phil Goff, our Mayor of Auckland. Please welcome Phil.
Thank you, Monica.
大家上午好，我是 Phil Goff， 奥克兰市长。去年身体棒棒，财运旺旺，力不休息。去年行大运，and kia ora koutou, tēnei te mihi nui kia koutou. Good morning and welcome, and to everybody here, my very best wishes for a happy new year, and for you and your families, good fortune, good health and prosperity in the year of the rat. Can I acknowledge our Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern. Great to have our Prime Minister here with her busy program. Leader of the Opposition, Simon Bridges. I know they missed each other over Christmas. There is an old saying in English that distance makes the heart grow fonder, though I'm not always sure. Can I acknowledge Your Excellency, Wu Shi. And great to have you here, Your Excellency, and to celebrate in this year that New Zealand, our quite small country, is the biggest supplier of primary produce to the People's Republic of China. That's a fantastic track record and one that all of us can celebrate. Can I acknowledge Kai Lui and thank you and all of the members of the Auckland Chinese Community Centre for the fantastic work that you do and have done for many, many years on behalf of our city. I acknowledge our Minister of Ethnic Affairs and welcome here Jenny Salesa, our MPs from both sides of the House, Councillor Paul Young, our local board members, Meng Foon, our Race Relations Commissioner, and I think our first Race Relations Commissioner of Chinese descent. And Meng, thank you for the fantastic effort that you're putting into your job. This is a happy time of the year. The Chinese New Year is a time when families come together and when you and your friends enjoy the festivities associated with the new year. But it's also a time when we as a community here in Auckland can celebrate our multinationalism, multiculturalism, and celebrate the rich culture that the Chinese community brings to our country. It's a time for me to acknowledge personally to our Chinese community our gratitude for your contribution culturally, adding to the cultural vibrancy of our city, and your contribution with your hard work, adding to the economic success of our country. A special congratulations to those of you here born in the year of the rat. You are known for your adaptability, your intelligence, and your sense of responsibility. And I hope it's a great year for you when you celebrate your birthdays. And finally, can I wish everybody both the enjoyment of this festival that opens up here in the ASB, and to say that after a month of celebrations, I look forward to seeing all of you at the start of the Lantern Festival in the Domain on the 13th of February. Gong Chi Fa Chai, Gong Hei Fat Choi. Thank you very much. Xie xie.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you for your wishes, and really, really honourable and great to hear your Chinese getting better every year. So. And now please welcome one of our sponsors for today's event, and we have a representative from Panda TV 37, Winnie Jiang. I'd like to welcome Winnie up on the stage and then share a few words with everybody. Welcome.
大家新年快乐！祝愿大家呢在2020年都能够身体健康、万事如意、阖家幸福，当然还有财源广进。大家好，我是小娇 ，NZC Media 也是大家非常熟悉的 Panda TV 37和 FM 90.6的早间节目主持人。那我们的 CEO Stella 胡女士呢，今天是因为行程的变更，所以没有办法，非常遗憾的没有办法来到现场了。所以我将会代表她给大家来读一封当然是她亲手写的信。So, Chairman of Auckland Community, Mr. Kai Lui, Honourable Jacinda Ardern, Prime Minister of New Zealand, Honourable Simon Bridges, Leader of Opposition, of course, Your Honours, Honourable Phil Goff, our Mayor of Auckland. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. My name is Xiao Jiao. I'm one of the presenters for Panda TV 37. And on behalf of Stella Hu, CEO of NZC Media Limited, unfortunately, she couldn't attend today, and I will be delivering her speech. It's a great honor for Panda TV 37 to host this event together with Auckland Chinese Community Centre. As one of our organizations, I would like to extend my warmest welcome to all of you for joining us today. I wish everyone a happy year of the rat and a great year ahead. Panda TV 37 is a part of NZC Media Limited, the only Chinese multimedia group in New Zealand. We operate through a wide array of media platforms, including television, magazine, radio, and newspapers. After years of dedication to our industry, NZC Media Group has become the preferred platform for government agencies and also business organizations for advertising and marketing broadcasts. We are a media company that is committed to spreading the voice of Chinese community and building a bridge between New Zealand and China. Once again, I wish you a very happy New Year. 祝大家新年快乐，恭喜发财，谢谢。
Thank you so much, Winnie, and thanks, Stella, even though she couldn't be here with us today. And on such a scale like today, we can't put this event together without all the help from our sponsors. And now I'd like to proceed to our sponsor check presentation. So first of all, I'd like to invite Kai back up on the stage and to receive a check receipt from ANZ Bank. And we have Cassandra Lee here to present the check to our event to ACCC. So whenever you're ready. And if you'd like to pause for photo, please. And please, let's put our hands together. Thank to ANZ Bank for your support this year to our ACCC Market Day celebration. Thank you so much. Always being there for us and always be a part of a strong partner to our event. So I'd like to, say a few things. Thank you.
Kia ora. 你好，大家好。Good morning, everyone, and I wish you all a very happy Lunar New Year. It's a privilege to be here today to celebrate the year that's been and the promise of the new year to come. My name is Cassandra Lee, and I'm the Senior Manager of Migrant Business and Community Development at ANZ. I would like to welcome everyone who is here today, including our distinguished guests and exhibitors. From small beginnings, this festival has established itself as a major cultural event in Auckland. And it's wonderful seeing so many people joining in on the celebrations. As well being an entertaining cultural event, this festival provides insights into different cultures. We hope you take the opportunity to sample traditional food, experience the traditional performances, and learn. Through education comes understanding, and with understanding comes acceptance. As New Zealand's migrant population grows, so does the contribution migrant communities make to our country. Life in New Zealand is richer because migrant communities have brought their cultures with them. Being a migrant myself, I believe it's important to celebrate diversity at ANZ, both with our customer and staff, like today's event. So please come and visit our store to see how you can win a special Year of the Red money box. And we also have 3 special Year of the Red My Photo cards for you to order. Come and see us to find out more. Thank you for joining us today, and we trust you have a prosperous year ahead in the Year of the Red. 金属祥瑞和新春，祝愿大家有新的一年有一个数不尽的财运、安康和幸福。欢迎大家来到我们的展位，了解如何拥有一张鼠年生肖接机卡。同时，我们还有好玩的游戏等着你来参加，特别版的鼠年存钱罐等你赢哦！谢谢大家，祝大家鼠年亨通，新年進步。
Thanks, Cassandra. Thank you. And don't forget to visit the store ANZ, and you get, I believe, some gifts, and then there's like a red-shaped money box. So please go ahead and enjoy the games. And now I'd like to also welcome, first of all, David Wan to receive a check from Buffett Thomason. And we have Kerry from Buffett, Kerry Buffett herself, to present the check to our event. Thank you. And Carol would like to say a few words of welcome. Yeah, please.
Thank you. Kia ora, ni hao, good morning. I spoke here 2 years ago in 2018 and I mentioned my teenage daughter was learning Mandarin at school. And unfortunately she's not doing Mandarin anymore, but it just shows you how much more opportunities there are to learn Chinese, and way more than when I was born in 1972, which happens to be the year of the rat. It's a real delight to celebrate the Chinese New Year of the rat with you all here today. As you've heard, the rat is the first of the 12 zodiac animals, and it is said that the smart little creature brings a new beginning and good fortune to everybody. Rats are quick-witted, resourcefulness, productive, and represent the fresh start of a milestone. We can all look forward to embracing the new possibilities this year has ahead for us. May the year of the rat bring us all greater achievements, success, and good luck. As a family company, we share the common values with traditional Chinese culture, the close-knit ties of family, where the respect for and the care of the last generation is the mirror of love and responsibility for the upbringing and training of the next generation. These are profound values and worth preserving. Another value that we celebrate is that of diversity, and we are proud to be part of this event annually to acknowledge all that the Chinese culture brings to Auckland, Northland and New Zealand. So on behalf of the Barton Thompson family, I wish you all a prosperous, harmonious and happy Lunar New Year. Xin Nian Kwa Le. Thank you.
Thanks, Kerry, and thank you for Buff & Thompson for your support to our event. And next, I'd like to invite David Tai to receive the check from MIB New Zealand, and we have Representative Nicola Lynch to present the check to us. Please, Nicola. Thank you so much, NIB NZ Limited, and Nicola would like to share a few words with us, please.
Prime Minister and Government Ministers, Right Honourable Jacinda Ardern, Mr Kai Lui, Mr Wei Zhou, Her Excellency Wu Si, Honourable Simon Bridges, Honourable Phil Goff, and all honoured guests. Daiga Ho and hello to everyone gathered here today. NIB Health Insurance is delighted to be part of this very special occasion, where dignitaries, representatives of the Chinese community, families and individuals from throughout Auckland come together to celebrate Chinese New Year. With more than 50 ethnicities represented and over 50 languages spoken by our 180 employees, acknowledging and celebrating diversity is very important to NIB. The changing face of New Zealand is also reflected in our member base, which is why developing products that help them access medical care relevant to them will always be a focus for us. As such, we're excited to be part of the cultural celebrations that reflect those employees and members today. On behalf of NIB Health Insurance, it's with great pleasure that I've presented this cheque to Auckland Chinese Community Centre to help support this event. And for all guests today, please feel free to come by and receive a dental or general health check for free at our checkup truck, and have fun with the games we've set up for you and your family to enjoy together. San Nen Fai Lok, San Tai Gen Hong. Happy New Year, and I wish you all good health as we enter the Year of the Rat.
Thank you, Nicola, and thank you, of course. Yeah, we wish everyone and everyone's family good health in the new years to come. And now we'd like to welcome Winnie Jiang and receive a check from Tiger Brokers, and we'll have Ali Wang to present the check to Winnie. Thank you so much, Tiger Brokers, for your support to our event. And Ellie would like to share a few words, please.
Good morning, everyone, and Happy New Year. I was so glad to be here. I'm representing of Tiger Brokers to send my best wishes to all of you, plus the distinguished guest and Honorable Prime Minister and Simon Bridge. So, as a leading fintech company, Tiger Brokers is dedicated to providing the best trading platform, trading experience to all of the investors, especially for those people who are familiar with the online trading platform. So, yeah, I was so excited to be here because it's our first year to participate in this event. And it was so happy to be here to see all of you, especially some of our investors and some of our guests and some of our clients sitting in the stage. Yes, I will send again my best wishes to all of you. Happy New Year. Wish you all have a successful and prosperous the Year of the Rat.
非常感谢在座的各位来宾，也非常荣幸今天能够代表老虎证券在这里给大家祝上我们老虎证券的自己的感谢。那作为一家领先的互联网券商，我们致力于提供一个比较先进的，也是比较方便的交易平台，给大家做股票投资，尤其是专注于做美股和港股。就像大家可能进场可以看到我们的这个 logo， 美港股上老虎。我们也希望通过继续的努力，然后给大家提供更好的交易平台，然后呢，也祝愿大家鼠年大吉，然后身体健康，财源广进。非常感谢。
Thank you so much. Thanks, Ellie. And next, again, I'd like to welcome back David Tai to receive a check from Vodafone New Zealand. And as a guest, we have Caroline Lui, Consumer Director, to present the check to us. Thank you. And thanks, Vodafone New Zealand, for your support. Thank you. And now, Kai Lui, please. We have another check. And last but not the least, from Mercedes-Benz Auckland, I would like to have Kenneth out, the AMG brand manager, to present the check to us. Thank you. Thanks, Kenneth. All right. So with everyone on the stage, would like to have a photo with our guests, if you like. Yeah. So please be patient with us. It's such a great occasion, and we'd like to have a group photo with our guests. And we'll just take a few minutes. We'll have the staff member helping us remove those lectern. And as today, we also have a wonderful lineup of performance, both here indoor on the stage as well as outdoors. So please feel free to walk around, enjoy this occasion, enjoy this festivity. Please do visit our stores and also all the stores that's set up today by our sponsors and supporters for this great occasion. So just have a photo with everyone.